Good morning, YouTube viewers. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson, and we are at our SOA base camp, otherwise known as the Southern Oregon Habituation Area. It's Tuesday morning, June 10th, 2014, 7 a.m., and I'm here with
Adam Davies. I've looked for cryptids and unknown species all over the world. I'm really interested in gathering scientific evidence to prove that they exist.
Awesome. And
John Carlson from New Jersey, USA. I have a blog called The Paranormalist. It's paranormalist.com. And I have written about many and received many reports about cryptids. I'm beginning to try to get out there and do a bit more field work, and I appreciate this opportunity from Dr. Johnson to have me here at SOA.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Now, last night, it was a tad... Yeah, Atlas is trying to take on Adam Davies. Atlas, the official mascot of Team Squatch in USA. Okay, so anyway, last night was just a tad bit too windy to kind of determine anything going on, right, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Quite windy.
yeah. I mean, the bottom line is this: when you're out in the forest and you're trying to determine what's moving around, because of the wind movement, as we couldn't actually determine whether there were any sounds or noises or footfalls with any accuracy. There was a couple of specific incidents which were interesting, where Atlas, the dog, pricked his ears up and growled in a general direction. If this is a 24-hour clock, this camp, at 10 to 11, he was growling. But that was and that was interesting. But I think it's fair to say that we couldn't be sure of any movement with any certainty.
Because of the noise from the wind.
The only thing I saw was when I was over here singing last night, and then up through there I saw the adolescent male who's standing about 7 feet tall. He was back on the other side of those bushes. And then also when we were sleeping last night, we were sleeping on the other side of the Suburban, and at about 3:30 in the morning I woke up and I heard the juvenile female talking from the bushes over there. Now, we're going to go check the gifting bowls this morning. Normally on the first night, the tradition has been that they will not hit the bowls. It's something cultural about them. It's like an issue of respect. But then we also couple that with the fact that my last 2 trips here, I did something silly trying to move the bowls closer to camp, and obviously ticked off Daddy Squatch, because Daddy Squatch was not happy with the bowls being moved closer to camp. So he barked at the kids when Cynthia and I were here in May, and you could hear him real loud, only 25 feet away on the other side of this big tree. He barked at the kids, kind of like, leave the food alone. So now we've put the bowls back out at the regular spot that we've always put them at for the last 8 years. So then we're going to go check them out. Maybe they got hit, maybe they didn't. Let's follow the guys, see what happens.
Come on, Atlas. Come on.
Oh boy.
Atlas.
So this is the 12 o'clock position on the perimeter. We're walking into the trailhead, or the gateway. To check on the gifting bowls.
I'd just like to say I was up first this morning and nobody's been through here. This is the first time we're actually hitting this, and we're going as a group rather than as individuals.
Okay. And these 2 woke up before I did.
Yep, I was first up. So we're approaching the bowls now.
Are those open? I don't believe they were, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Nothing got taken.
Nothing. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pick up one of the bowls to see if anything's moved them in any way. So what I'm doing is I'm blowing on the bowl, see if I can see any prints on the bowl. I can't see any prints on that one. I'm going to do the same thing, even though I don't think it's been moved. Now, my conclusion that these bowls and those eggs have not been touched. John?
It seems to be the case, yeah. Interesting, though, that no raccoons or other critters have accessed them, so...
No, nothing's touched them at all.
No, nothing.
Yeah. So that, again, for my little critics out there, there's no little critters in SOA. We've been doing this for 8 years, and little critters have never hit these bowls. And if there were little critters in SOA, I guarantee you these bowls would have been hit. Okay, gentlemen, any closing words before we begin our day?
I think, as in synopsis last night, what I'm going to do all the time I'm in SOA, when Matt's videoing, I'm going to speak exactly about what I have and have not observed. So that's what I'm going to do all the way through. So last night, I think it's fair to say, it's my opinion that Atlas did pick up there was some movement of something around the perimeter, but I cannot say what it was because I didn't personally experience it and I didn't see anything. The gifting bowls have not been taken, and I agree with Matthew that if there were critters here, they should have taken those things last night. And I think that's where I am right now.
Yes. I concur.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm signing off. Goodbye.